Hello and welcome to the Jason Eldridge Photo Show. This video is all about the crop. The crop tool for Lightroom Classic is reasonably easy to understand, but if you've never used it before, it can also be a little confusing. We're going to make it less so in this video. To do that, we have to get into the crop tool. So how do we do that? There's a couple of ways we can do it. You can go to the Develop module, and then you'll see a little box right here with some arrows on either side of it. That's your crop tool. And notice that the hover over tells you crop overlay, and it has the R in parentheses. That's important because the letter R is your quick key, and it's the way that I do it all the time. So here you can go in, and now you're in the crop tool. But let's say if you're in the library module, notice that you don't have that crop tool option, but you know the quick key is letter R, and it will take you to the Develop module, and it'll enter you into the tool. So that's where we are. First thing I want to talk about is this little padlock to the right. If it's closed, if it's locked, then the aspect ratio of what you have on your screen will remain the same. So you can see my little tool change as I get to the corner or get to the top or the bottom or the side. And if I start to move it, notice that the top and bottom on this one move as well as the one to the right. The reason why is because I have it locked. That means it's going to maintain that aspect ratio. If I unlock this, now I can move whatever I want to. I can go here, and you can also drag in the middle. You can grab with a little hand, and you can move however you've got just to find what you're wanting exactly. Let's say we want to make this a panoramic, so there we go. We're going to do that. We're going to hit the enter key. It will confirm the crop. But what if we don't like it? We hit the letter R, go back into the tool. We can hit the reset button. So with the padlock down, it'll maintain that aspect ratio. With it unlocked, it gives you full control to do it however you want to do it. We're going to lock it back for now, and we're going to go to the left and talk about the word original. That is how your image comes in off your camera. That is the aspect ratio of your sensor. So that's your original. If you click that, you have a bunch of other options. Let's say you want a 1-to-1 ratio, a square crop. Well, there you go. You have a 1-to-1 ratio. Notice the padlock is locked. If you move it around, it is going to maintain that 1-to-1 ratio. If you unlock it and you move it around, now you've got full control. Notice the 1-to-1 went away, and it is now custom. So we are going to hit reset, and we're going to go back, and I'm going to lock it back. Here is another quick key for you, the letter A. I have no idea why the letter A is for this. Maybe for aspect lock. I have no idea, but if you hit the letter A, notice you can change that. So that's another quick key that you've learned. So you've got the padlock locked, letter A unlocked. There we go. But one more thing I wanted to show you here is you have Enter Custom. This is where you can put in whatever you want. If you want a 7 by 2.57, you can have that. So there's your aspect ratio, 7 by 2.57 if that's what you want. Again, if it's locked and you move it around, it'll maintain that aspect ratio. You can unlock it, change it, it'll change it to custom, and you're good to go. So we're going to hit reset. And we're going to move over to the left. We're going to talk about that word aspect. We're actually going to talk about what's to the left of it, that little tool. I have no idea what it is. It looks like a ruler, L-shaped ruler. I'm too old to really see what the rest of that is, but notice it says Crop Frame Tool. So you can click that, and this gives you the ability to draw the crop that you want. If the padlock is locked, the draw that you do will maintain the aspect ratio that you have set. So here's the example. It doesn't matter where I move it, it's going to maintain that aspect ratio. Even that vertical is still the same aspect ratio. So we're going to do that. There's your aspect ratio, hit enter, and we're going to go back into the crop tool, hit reset. Now we're going to unlock that padlock. Again, you can click it or hit the letter A. And now we can just draw however we want. It doesn't constrain us to anything. And there we go. So now we're going to hit reset. So that's what you can do if you want to draw it, if you don't want to drag like this and all that. You don't have to. Right below that is the word angle. Now this one is kind of neat. If you're like me and you sometimes take crooked images, if you're one of those crooked photographers and you just want a straight horizon and you don't know, there's a few ways you can change it. Notice the tool change as it goes on the outside here, and then you click and hold and you get all these squares, and now you can say, well, that looks about right. You can use these little squares and the lines on it to find your horizon line or whatever you want to do. But there's another way to do it. We're going to go to a different image. So let's say you're one of those crooked photographers and this image came in like this, all kinds of messed up. We'll go into the crop tool. You can grab that little tool right there next to the angle word, and then you can drag a line across the horizon like this. And it doesn't matter where you draw it, but this tells it that this is your horizon and you want it to be straight here. So now you can do that, and now you have a straight image. So you're all set. You can use that. That's pretty quick and easy. The auto work, it works sometimes. That one, it did a really good job. Not always, but the auto sometimes will work. It's the same thing. So we're just going to reset that. I'll go back to my original image. We're going to lock that padlock just out of habit. Now let's talk about this. This is amazing. Watch this. I'm going to hit constrain to image, and I'm going to make all these moves, and absolutely nothing is different. Nothing changes. It makes no difference whatsoever. Constrain to image. So what in the world is it there for? We're going to go over that right now. I'm going to hit the box, uncheck it. So now you'll note that it's unchecked. Now let's look at transform. And what transform is used for example, is if you have a wide angle lens and you're pointing it at a building and you point it up in the air, then chances are, due to physics, the bottom of the building is going to appear way larger than the top of the building, and it's going to kind of go up to a little bit of a point. Well, you can correct that to some degree in Lightroom using transform. So you can see what it's doing right here. It's kind of making the image a little weird, but you see the white areas? This is part of the image that's going to be lost. And you'll see this right here where it says constrain crop. That means it is going to constrain it to the image. And watch what happens when I hit the box. It constrains it to the image, but notice up here in the crop tool that the constrain to image box is checked now. And remember, it wasn't before. If we uncheck it, notice that down here, the constrain crop and transform is also unchecked. So these are together. And that is all that does. So if you're not using any of the transform and you're just using the crop tool up here, then it doesn't really matter if you check that or not. It's going to be the same no matter what you do. Now I've got a bonus thing I want to talk about with the overlay. So you'll see this overlay, it's a rule of thirds. It's common, you see that here. Well, did you know that you can change the overlay on the crop tool? And this is the bonus of the video if you stayed with me this long. So up here, you'll see tools. Go down to crop guide overlay, and you have all of these other options. Triangle, look at that. That's weird. I like golden spiral. Look at this one. Now you can be all fancy and use your golden spiral to come up with how you want to crop the image, whatever you want to do. There's the fifths. If there's a rule of fifths, I don't know exactly what that is, but that's okay. You have the option. Here's the fifths. And of course, the standard is going to be the thirds. That is the default. But now you have a little secret. You can go in there and change your tool overlay to whatever you want it to be. And if you look down here on the bottom left, tool overlay always, auto, or never. So if you don't want to see it at all, if you just want to crop how you like the image and not worry about the rule of thirds or fifths or spirals or triangles or boxes or whatever, you have the option of turning that off. Well, I hope that you learned something. If you've stayed with me this long, I really appreciate it. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you like this video, if you want to see more videos similar to this. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the little bell, that way you get notified. But more important than any of this, make sure you grab your camera, get off the couch, you escape, explore, and create.